Gary was my classmate in law school. And the Gary Galiher back then and the Gary Galiher today are just not the same person, and yet they are the same person. He was always such a free spirit who was more interested in, I swear, getting home to the North Shore and going surfing. And I've gotten to know Diane, and I really do think she is the better half of Gary. No offense, Gary, but she really is your better half. After they got together, I sort of knew Diane when she was working at the Gary's law firm. I ran across her a couple of times, but it really is after Gary had the good sense to marry Diane that I got to know Diane and decided she is truly the better half.
You know, the first time that I was gonna golf with Gary, I felt that, wow, just an ordinary guy like me is gonna be playing with a big-time attorney. But you know, real quickly as a round went by, I found out that, hey, this guy's pretty down to earth. And then later had some interaction in golf with Diane, and they're just down to earth people.
What going to school in Hawaii did for us, and going to the University of Hawaii, in those days when there wasn't a building, we were in the quarry, everything was hot, we were lucky if air conditioning worked and whatever else. I think it never permitted us to forget where we came from. And that you talk about humble beginnings. Boy, that law school epitomized humble beginnings. And I think what it does is that it caused the two of them and some others to really recognize that we were given a rare and fortunate opportunity. And that's why Gary and Diane do so much for the community and are so vested in everything that goes around in our state.
I think all one has to do is read their bios, and you realize the extent of their commitment to the many causes in the state of Hawaii. And they'll also realize the extent of their participation in community service. They have given so much to the state and affected so many people in Hawaii.
You know, I think that the best way to explain Gary is this passion to understand. You know, litigators who are as good as Gary, someone told me once, you know, a good litigator is really somebody who just doesn't know a lot about the details about anything. You learn, but when you are on a case, you become that expert. That is Gary, except for things outside of law that he's passionate about. And the one thing that I will always remember about Gary is his love for astronomy and the fact that, you know, he will do anything for that. And for the both of them, I think that the amazing part about them is their love for their children. And I remember when one was diagnosed with a form of cancer, there was just no stopping Gary to find out everything he could know about it. And you know that he can be that passionate because he has Diane. And Diane is like the ultimate support. So he can go off and go learn how to fly jets and fly helicopters because there's always his anchor, and that's Diane. And the amazing part is, with all of Gary's success, I think the reason why he is so well grounded is because there is Diane.
Well, I think everyone has seen Gary on maybe the 6 o'clock news many times, and he says, call me, I can help. And boy, have they helped, you know, many times, many people. And I think anybody who graduates or graduated from the University of Hawaii would feel a sense of pride to know that you sat in the same classroom and you walked the same halls that Gary and Diane did a while back. To Gary and Diane, from everyone who has ever been connected with the University of Hawaii, we'll give you a smile, a nod, small kind, but a big mahalo.